Trudeau's Liberals just can't keep their stories straight about how much it's cost so far to close up the Vegreville Immigration Processing Centre and move the whole operation to Edmonton, all to save a Liberal riding there. Today I'll show you these discrepancies. The Vegreville Immigration Case Processing Centre officially closed September 2018. Now, the closure was first announced in 2016 by the Liberals, which meant the central Alberta town would lose over 200 jobs, thus relocating them to downtown Edmonton, Alberta. Documents obtained by Global News in 2017 showed that the move to Edmonton would cost nearly $47 million in renovations and leasing of a new building, while upgrading the existing facility out in Vegreville would cost just $36 million over the same amount of time, saving the taxpayer nearly $11 million and dismantling the excuse the immigration minister at the time, John McCallum, used to justify the closure, that it was some sort of cost-saving measure. Conservative MP for the riding, Shannon Stubbs, has been waging hell over the closure in Vegreville, and this week she got an order paper response to a question that she posed to two government departments on the expenses spent on the relocation so far. And the responses, well, they just don't add up. It's a very long order paper question. I'm just going to talk about the relevant stuff today, but I promise I'll attach the whole response to the text body of this story so you can read through it all for yourself. Stubbs asked, what is the current cost of the closure for the Case Processing Centre in Vegreville, Alberta, broken down by costs relating to closing the physical facility in Vegreville and the cost for the fit-up for the workspace of employees that relocated to Edmonton. Now, when the question was asked to Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, they said this: the costs relating to closing the physical facility in Vegreville is $66,573. The fit-up cost for the new workspace in Edmonton was $2.9 million. The initial projected total cost of the closure of the Vegreville Case Processing Centre was estimated to be between $1 million to $6 million in costs related to relocation and workforce adjustment payments. Final costs are still being projected to be within this range. But when the very same question was asked of the procurement office, they replied, the total cost incurred by PSPC for the fit-up of the workspace is $5.3 million. The cost includes $2.5 million to address the base building requirements necessary to prepare the space for fit-up and $2.8 million to provide and install the furniture and other materials related to the fit-up. So what is the real cost for the fit-up here? Is it $2.9 million according to Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada? Or $5.3 million according to the procurement office numbers? The government doesn't really seem to care because it seems to fall within their projected total cost of the closure, initially pegged at somewhere between $1 million to $6 million in expenditures associated with the relocation, which is a cost spread so vague that I don't think they're bothering to budget here, but instead are just like spitballing. Imagine your bank telling you your mortgage will be somewhere between $1,000 and $6,000 per month. That's how the Liberals are budgeting for these things now, just like putting it here or there. But the real issue here is not saving money or the ability to hire and attract better staff in a larger metropolitan area, as the Liberals have also claimed. The issue here is that the Liberals have nothing to lose by hurting Vegreville, which has voted Conservative for the better part of about the last century. They don't like Trudeau, and that's not changing anytime soon. So the Liberals don't stand to lose any votes in Vegreville, but they do stand to gain or at least hold on to quite a few in Edmonton if they plunk a bunch of jobs there. Just as long as we all forget that those jobs were snatched from a small, struggling central Alberta town for nefarious and political reasons. Just like we're all supposed to forget that deferring prosecution of Quebec-based firm SNC-Lavalin was just the cost of doing business to save some Liberal seats in Quebec. Who cares as long as it only cost us our faith in the Canadian legal system? The Liberal MP for Edmonton Centre, Randy Boissonnault, only won his seat in 2015 by 1,200 votes. And 4 years of Trudeau in power has eroded that tiny little lead. It's almost as though the cost to the taxpayer was no concern and no issue, because saving Randy Boissonnault's seat in Edmonton Centre is priceless for Trudeau. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. What you just saw there is the daily video that I do here at The Rebel, but did you know that I have my own weekly full-length show? It's aptly called The Gun Show, and we talk about issues facing Canadians that you will never see done anywhere in the mainstream media. And I talk to outsiders, people who tell the other side of the story. But to get access to my show and the rest of our incredible premium content, you've got to treat yourself to a Rebel subscription today.